All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. It is way too exciting that on the first episode of a viewer request video, I actually get a new viewer request. So I asked my wife for permission if I could make this right now, and yeah, obviously I'm here. So look, if there's any stock you want me to cover, throw it in the comments. I really will do my best to cover as you know all of them, really, if I can, right? But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the stock that you see here, BNKU. I'm also going to cover two inverses. Okay, so this one is a 3x leverage. We're actually going to look at a negative 3x leverage and then a different inverse as well, right? So just kind of adding to this. But again, throw any video, any ticker you want, and I will do my best to say yes and make a video. Okay. Before we get into the details, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages. I've never done this before, so I will draw some horizontal support and resistance lines. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it really does do well with YouTube algorithms. But even if you don't, just thank you so much for your time in watching these, okay? And then, hey, if you disagree with anything I got to say, please throw it in the comments, all right? I am not here pretending to be perfect. I definitely get things wrong, and you know it's cool when someone else knows something and they let me know. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you my non-financial advice opinions here. Okay, look, so let's get into the details, all right? Obviously, we're talking about the US big banks. There's been some crazy stuff happening with the banks, and that's the fallout here, right? So it doesn't take too much technical analysis to really say, oh man, you get a couple bank collapses. Obviously, the big bank index 3x leverage is going to go down, right? But look, at least a couple technical things are jumping out that are worth talking about, right? First and foremost, one, two, three, all 5 of our moving average lines are in what I call a horizontal cluster, okay? And generally, when you break the top of it, you should fly, all right? When you lose the bottom of it, you should die, all right? That's generally how these go. And, you know, it definitely makes a nice move up. Obviously, it wasn't enough, right? Which is, and it's crazy because again, it drops down here and then kind of comes here. But once this guy breaks, obviously it happens right here. We do get a nice little climb up, right? So a little bit of some technicals do happen. Again, right here is basically where we really, from right here it gets even worse, right? But I always say bad things happen under the 8 and under the 20, and clearly we see that here. Again, there's not a lot of technical analysis because this is like easy in hindsight because banks fail and we have all this happen, right? But on this day, we lose 2 really important moving averages. Obviously, after we've just lost these ones, we then get a doji. Look, I say it so often. The doji just doesn't count, and the next day should be really telling. Because the doji, look, people thought it was going to go back up. People thought it was going to go back down. It ends up basically, not even basically, I mean, to the penny. It opens at 27 and it closes at 26.99, right? Like, people just couldn't decide, and they were waiting to see the next day, right? And obviously that happens, and then all I'm seeing is a whole mess of death crosses where it goes under, right? You like golden crosses when it goes up. This 20 is doing a bunch of death crosses. It looks like tomorrow it's going to do a death cross on the 200, right? So there's still a lot of reason to believe this is going down still, right? Again, not a lot of technical analysis happening here because we all know what happened with the banks, but losing the last moving average on a cluster, this happens very often. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? And really, if this was up here and we actually broke that, all of these would be green up there. Because again, I always say it, these are like tornadoes and you violently go up or you violently go down. You know what I mean? So I'm using this less as a technical analysis on this ticker and more just what horizontal clusters kind of do. But let's zoom out a little bit. Where are we at all-time lows? So we're not. Let me make some lines here. So where are we compared to this guy? Let's just start there. Damn, that's pretty much where we're at. Okay. So then let's take a look at that guy. Again, this is a weekly, right? So I'll see what all these kind of look like on the daily shortly. Give me a sec. I'll take that one, I think, as well. Yeah, because we hit a few of the bottom of those, and that's okay. So I think these are the next three lines down, and then yeah, I guess I would have to put this guy. So this ticker is not at all-time lows yet, but I often say it, right? Green, 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 green can really quickly turn to red, 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 and we're kind of in the half, like all this I think already got eaten. Yeah, pretty much there actually. Sorry, I was focusing here and I didn't even see that. We then go horizontal on this little like up and down right here. And yeah, if we lose this guy, which yeah, we kind of already have. Damn, we're already down here. Okay, yeah, I think these are our numbers down here. So what does that put us on the daily? Oh wow, yeah, it's all right here. Okay, cool. Okay, let me tighten these lines up just to actually hit onto the daily. Give me one sec, sorry. Okay. All right. So, I'll take that as the bottom right there. This guy, I'm actually going to keep this right here cuz that I like the top of that thing. This guy, I'm going to delete this line actually. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I like these two. I'm keeping these two just for that past gap because, yeah, that's definitely a scary gap. Because, again, look between, as I move across, there is nothing between those two lines. Obviously, we're up here, right? But there's nothing. And if we lose that first one, it'll quickly come here, right? I'm glad that it did the job today, basically, and yesterday as well. It looks like that's actually where we wicked, right? But yeah, this 1515 is a big line that if we lose will quickly come down to 1366. In terms of just look, first and honestly, I've often said bad things happen under the 8 moving average, and I really would not put my hard-earned money into a stock under the 8, okay? From there, this red will one day turn to green. I for sure know that, right? But things might maybe do like little pops here and there. I don't see us going over this 8 moving average for a good while. I don't, right? So like maybe this is a little bit of a bounce point and we go up, but like yeah, that 8 is definitely going to stop us. And I guess I would put this. I think if we were going to go up, I don't see this going up. You know, if there was a bounce, maybe it's in this channel here. So okay, I think that's pretty decent for the analysis. So let me show you the other thing I want to look at. So again, real quick, BNKU is a 3x leverage, okay? Bank D, again, same US big bank index, but now it's a -3 inverse, okay? Look at the difference of that chart, right? So that's what inverses do. That's what you should be looking for as things get bad. Inverses are your friends when the market is not, or when a sector is not. There are inverses for literally, there are Bitcoin inverses. I cover an oil inverse every now and then, SCO, right? So there are inverses out there for you to buy like a regular stock. You don't need 25,000 in your account. You don't need special margin privileges and stuff like that, right? Like you can bet regular $14 a share. This thing isn't big money, but you could have bought this bad boy around 7 and pretty much made a quick 50% knowing that banks were going to suck. And look, that same red death that we saw in the last one is just a literal go to bed and wake up. Literally like no fears at all any moment during any of the days, right? Like we never come close to 50%. We never come close to 50%. We gap up nasty. Obviously this is a little scary, I guess, right? But then look at this bad boy gap up and using the 200 and look, golden crosses, right? So inverse tickers, right? Here's another one What was, oh man, did I just forget? FAZ, FAZ? Yeah, look, financial bear. All right, again, another 3x. Financial bear, because when I think of financial, I think of banks, right? Like, just again, there are other places, and it's the exact opposite of, oops, not space, of bank, oops, sorry, b, oh my gosh, what was it, BNKU, there we go, right? It's the exact opposite, because again, this is 3x pro. No, 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 we're either looking for inverse or short otherwise, right? So cool. I hope those other tickers helped on top of this. Again, otherwise, what I'm basically seeing are these next couple numbers, right? I think it'll be a real quick drop to here. And then I could see some, there's obviously a couple other lines that could be drawn here, maybe something around like 11.99.12, right? But yeah, these are basically the next supports here. So again, if there's any ticker you would want me to cover, please throw it. I can't believe it happened so quickly. I appreciate you all so much. I really do.